In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist and New Bully. I'm your host Leroy with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with another episode. And Eli, this has been a jam-packed week episode. I mean, just a week of just shit.
Bursting with fruit flavor.
Yeah, but like for the last month, we've been scrounging for scraps of anything we can talk about because nothing has been happening. And somehow we've made do with whatever the fuck topics we talked about the last month.
Ramble on for 3 hours.
Ramble on for 3 hours about
stupid
nothing.
shit. And no one gives a shit about.
But now we actually have something to talk about. So yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about the last month. This is actually gonna be a good episode. Cross my fingers.
Our first one. Yeah, our first good
one.
Good
so
episode.
we're finally living on our promise. Okay. So like I said, we can go before we get started with the episode. I guess we can get everybody updated on the Eminem drama going on. Some of you care, some of you don't care, but we're going to talk about it because he is the best-selling rapper, blah, 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 whatever, and it's going to get clickbait hits. So let's talk about it. So, Eli, have you been keeping up with the drama?
Nope.
Exactly. I figured you didn't. So let's go past that. So basically what's been going on, like I said, we talked about the Eminem album Kamikaze about 2 weeks ago. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, and basically we talked about on the album how he was dissing everybody, dissing this guy, dissing that guy. Hate this guy. Fuck that guy.
Dissed us. Didn't he diss us? Yeah, I think he
dissed us too. Yeah. Everybody. Like we refrain, from dissing him, unless he comes back with a reply diss, then we'll come at him. But there was one specific rapper he called out and dissed on that album that had an issue with him calling him out. And for a lot of you that don't know who this guy is, this guy's name is Machine Gun Kelly. He's been rapping around. He's been rapping since I guess 2011, 2012, something like that. Another white rapper. So that's another thing. Eminem has got every white rapper right now losing their minds. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's on social media dissing each other, talking bad about each other. But anyway, Machine Gun Kelly decided to reply to Eminem. Because the thing about, let's talk about Eminem for a second. Now, we've known Eminem to diss a whole bunch of people, right? Let's go back to the 90s, 2000s. The boy bands, Britney Spears, Mariah Carey. But here's the thing, Eli, what I've always noticed. Eminem always disses people that can't diss him back. I mean,
I guess. Yeah.
Is Justin Timberlake going to make a diss record about him?
Would we give a shit?
If it's good. I mean, we listen to, I'm like, damn, Justin Timberlake really has bars in this song.
In fact, I would like to hear that. I want to see what.
But we know stuff like that is going to happen. And now fast forward to 2018, now he's dissing a lot of these, younger mumble rappers that can't rap. So, of course, they're not going to respond and diss him. And if they did, you wouldn't understand him anyway. So it's like, what the point? So it's like he's always getting his get out of jail free card. He knows what buttons to push, what buttons not to push. But the problem, I won't say the problem, but the thing is when he crossed the line that Machine Gun Kelly can actually rap. That's the thing. So when he came back with his reply and the diss, and he dropped the video on World Star, and it came out, and Eli, it was pretty nasty. The stuff he was saying about Eminem, the lyrics was pretty clean. I mean, all right, remember that scene in Rocky 4 when Rocky cut the Russian and proved he could bleed?
Oh, yeah.
That's what that was. So even though he's the underdog and we don't know who Machine Gun Kelly is, he showed the world that Eminem can bleed. And so when he did that, everybody started coming out the woodworks and doing this and doing that. So saying Eminem has as much time to respond, because that's the thing in beef. You have to respond in a certain amount of time. Otherwise, you lose the battle, you lose the beef, whatever. And he finally released his response 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever like that. And apparently people like it because I was looking at the YouTube numbers, and it's the highest, it's the most viewed YouTube video in a 24-hour period. Well, actually, it's the 10th most viewed video in YouTube period. So a lot of people were waiting on this and decided to check it out. So I heard this. Honestly, Eli, I thought it sucked. That's just me. Everybody else loved it and thinking that he destroyed whatever. I thought it kind of sucked. I thought, Eminem, he kind of proved everything about you with this, this really shitty song you just put out, But everybody loves it anyway, so it's whatever. And then I just realized, Eli, the whole time that we were getting played.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I just realized Machine Gun Kelly got an album coming out next week.
Oh.
So this whole thing was just promotion.
Damn.
So we all took the bait. Congratulations for all of you for hyping this shit up. So Machine Gun Kelly, a rapper nobody ever heard of, can finally sell the album.
Now, if they is this something that like 20 years from now they're gonna make a movie about this?
No, no one's gonna care. No one's gonna care next week.
This ain't straight out of Compton. This ain't Notorious material.
This is nothing like that. This is nothing. I can even tell you how the whole thing started, and it's stupid as shit. I don't care. Moving past that. Can we move past that?
Sure.
Yeah, I had really nothing much to talk about. I was just killing time. I know we got a bunch of shit to talk about. I was just killing time. Next topic, we can talk about the box office numbers, the part of the podcast we always start with. We talk about the box office and see exactly what happened this weekend. And Eli, give it to me. What was the #1 movie this weekend?
I heard it was Predator.
Damn. Everybody got to the chopper this weekend. So Predator hit with 24 million this weekend. #2, I just run the numbers down. We got The Nun. We got #3, A Simple Favor. Eli, what's that? Oh, Simple Favor. I know what that is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's the Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick movie. I know nothing else past that. I just know that. Like somebody reached in my brain and just pulled one of my fantasies out. Whatever. #4 is White Boy Rick. Okay. I'm not really up on my gangster history like I should, so I kind of know the name White Boy Rick, but not really, you know?
Yeah, it looks interesting.
I guess. Probably another run-of-the-mill gangster movie or whatever, but I guess. #5, Crazy Rich Asians, still hanging in there. #6, Peppermint, still hanging in there. #7, The Meg. #8, Searching. #9, Unbroken Path to Redemption. What the fuck that is. And #10, Mission Impossible Fallout. So still hanging in there. Let me look at Eli, I'm gonna let you take over in a second, but I gotta look at these numbers real quick. I gotta look at where's Mission Impossible right now. Okay. 760 million. That's nice. I doubt it'll hit 800 million, but for that movie, it deserved it. Shout out to Tom Cruise. Okay. Now, Eli, I'm going to set you up. I'm going to get this ball rolling for a second. Now, apparently, you went to the movies.
I did.
You did. And apparently, a lot of you went to the movies because, like I said, Predator is #1 right now. And, yeah, I'll just let you take over. Just let us know what you saw. How was your weekend?
Is this my review?
This is your review. Be careful because I might be turn this to a snippet.
Okay. Well,
no pressure.
I'll no spoilers then. Do you plan on seeing it?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. It depends on your review.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I'll say this: if you like Predator movies, then I would suggest seeing this. But pretty much, I thought it was okay. I had my expectations low after seeing the trailer because I thought the trailer was dog shit. I was like, oh man, this looks lame. So I was like, yeah, but I, went and saw it, and I thought it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. My main problem was with the plot, was with the storyline. It had a lot of cool ideas, but it didn't follow through on some of them. Like, there were some really side plots that were really interesting that I wish they would have explored them a little more and give us something different. Just take the Predator movies in a new direction. But they just sort of ended up being about the same thing, which is tough guys fighting a monster. This is pretty much what they all are. So that's kind of where my main gripe with the movie. Other than that, I thought it started off great. One of my problem with most of the Predator sequels is they take forever to get going. You spend like the first half of the movie watching characters go, what's going on? Why are people dying? And blah, 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 And it's like they're trying to build a mystery that we already know the answer to. So I always thought that was a waste of time. Like, it's the movie's called Predator. Will you show one? So, but this movie did not have that problem. It started off right off the bat. It just threw us in the deep end. And, it's the sixth fucking Predator movie. We know what we're getting into. So, I like the fact that it has really fast paced. The action was cool, very violent, very bloody. very gory, lots of guts being spilled, the heads ripped off, spines being ripped out, and all that good shit. The cast was fine. They did fine. They were constantly cracking jokes, though. It was like it was trying too hard to be funny. It kind of reminded me of.
It's 2018. I mean, it's a certain way you got to make a movie now.
Yeah, and I felt like it was trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Like they were just constantly joking and cracking wisecracks and these witty quips, and just like some of them would stick. Some of them I did laugh at a few of them, but then some of them are like, kind of groaned and eye rolled, like, oh yeah, I heard that shit before, But they were constantly trying to, up the machismo. You know what I'm saying? Like they had
even
no
past the first one.
Yeah, there was like no fear, like in the face of danger. And that's the thing is like the original Predator. What made that movie so cool is you see these big, tough, macho soldiers basically become scared of this monster. Billy the Indian, there's something out there. He ain't no man. And Bill Duke, fucking going crazy. I'm having some fun now.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, I mean that's what made that movie cool. Is seeing these tough motherfuckers like basically become terrified. That's what made that movie work. And of course, Olivia Munn was in there. She was, she played the eye candy basically. But for the most part, I thought it was fine. It was a lot of fun. It was entertaining enough to keep me on board. There was a lot of Easter eggs, references to the old movies, references to some of the comic books. And for the most part, I enjoyed it more than most of the Predator sequels. Which, now that I think about it, other than the first two Predator movies, I haven't liked a Predator movie since. And I was actually having a good, like, the first half of this movie is awesome. I was like blown away. I was like, damn, this might be the best Predator movie ever. For like the first 45 minutes, and then it just sort of settled back into familiar territory, and just got sort of bland towards the end. It was just basically action, a series of action set pieces, strung together in a way, kind of like Infinity War, I guess. Where there's really not the plot wasn't that strong, but it was just a bunch of fights.
Right, excuse for action scene, right.
Yeah. It's not really. It doesn't have a really cohesive story arc. It's just basically fight. And if you know the universe well enough, you can follow along. You don't need all the exposition and stuff. So yeah. It's for me. It was the best Predator sequel since Predator 2. So yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. 3.8 out of 5. I was having a really good time for the first half of the movie, laughing my ass off. The fucking, like I said, the action and gore was all there. Shane Blacking it up. It's basically a mix of Lethal Weapon. It was basically Lethal Weapon and Last Boy Scout.
Because he wrote the first one, right?
Yeah, he wrote the first one, and yeah, he was coming off of Lethal Weapon and those buddy cop tough guy movies. The bonding of tough guys.
I didn't know he was in the movie.
Yeah, he played Hawkins. He was the first guy killed, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the guy that made the joke. I wouldn't mind a little pussy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, me too. Mine's as big as a house. So I didn't know that was him. So
yeah, geez, you got a big pussy. Geez, you got a big pussy. Why'd you say it twice? I didn't. Because of the echo. Yeah, and that's in the movie. That's in this new movie. Like there's Keegan. Is it Keegan or Peele? Which one?
Peele is Get Out. Keegan is the other one.
Yeah, the tall guy. Mm-hmm. He's in the movie, and he's the guy who's constantly saying jokes. And like I said, some of them were funny. He did make me laugh a few times. He didn't make me laugh a few times. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's the best Predator movie in 20 years, I would say. You know.
Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I'm hearing a lot of people are having fun with the movie. That's the main thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I know everybody wants the next movie to be Schindler's List, you know, and to be the greatest movie ever seen and win an Oscar. But at the end of the day, if you have fun, shouldn't it be all that matters?
Yeah, and the theater I was in was packed. People were fucking laughing, even at the stupid jokes that I didn't laugh at. You know, people were having a good time. For me, as a Predator fan, because I love the first, like I said, I love the first two movies, and I've read comics, been reading comics for the past 20 years. You know, Aliens and Predator and all that shit. For me, and even some of the video games. So I've wanted to see the universe just sort of be expanded in these movies. It's like every Predator movie just sort of is sort of like the same rehashed territory, and you don't get to see anything new.
Right,
And
copy and
that's my
paste the
main-
first movie. Like even Predator 2 was just like, let's take what happened in the first movie and put it in the city.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
You
why
know,
the fuck wasn't that movie called Predator 2 Concrete Jungle?
yeah, because that's based on the comic.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. Well, that was it was based on that first comic book. You know,
Oh, I
they
didn't know that.
changed.
Okay.
They changed some of the characters because I believe the comic book was Dutch's brother. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in the movie, it was his brother in the comic. He's a cop,
Okay.
and it's the sort of the same. It takes place in New York though, and it's got a lot of the same elements. Like there's the subway scene. There's like the gang war going on between Colombians and Jamaicans and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the second Predator movie is very loosely based on the comic.
I guess kind of like RoboCop 2, it was based on a Frank Miller comic, and they kind of tweaked some things around.
Yeah, I guess Frank Miller even wrote the script. I
Are you
believe.
serious?
I think so.
Okay.
At least the first, or at least the third one. I know he did the third one. I know for sure. He did the third.
Wait. You talking about Frank Miller did Predator or Frank Miller did RoboCop?
RoBocop.
Oh, yeah.
RoboCop
He
2 or
did 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Because both 2 and 3 were based on his comic run. And
Yeah.
he directed, he was in the movie, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he got killed by RoboCop 2 or one of those guys anyway. Oh, man, yeah. Cool movie. I might check it out when it come on, I don't know, Voodoo or something. I don't feel like just rushing out. It's cool. Had a busy weekend ahead, time to go to the movies. Can we move past that? Let's talk about the story of the week now. Because, like I said, if you've been on social media, you have heard, you've been freaking out. It broke the internet, and we're gonna talk about Henry Cavill.
Oh.
Now, some of you are confused as fuck as what's going on. Some of you thinking it's the sum of all fears. Some of you are hitting the DEFCON 5 button. Some of you are like me and say it, called it. Because if you've been listening to this podcast, I called it like a year ago. I've been saying, based on what you don't know what happened, Henry Cavill, reportedly by Hollywood Reporter, has left the Superman role and he's left DC. Some people saying DC has came out with a statement and said he hasn't. Some people saying Henry Cavill's put out a statement saying he hasn't. I want to tell all of you saying that you're full of shit, because none of that was said. Only thing that was reported on was that Henry Cavill was leaving, and they both gave bullshit, vague, non-answers to the answer. But however, looking at that Instagram video again that Henry Cavill posted, his non-answer to me is turning into an answer after I like really watch and really analyze it. Okay, so
You analyzed Henry Cavill's video?
yeah.
You're not becoming one of these weird Trump conspiracy.
I mean, you listened to me for the last, I guess in the last 2 months, Eli, I'm pretty much headed that way anyway.
Coffee is Trump's code word for.
Right, watch the hand gesture Henry Cavill makes. You figured out my evil plan, Eli. I'm turning this podcast into InfoWars.
If you turn your phone to the west at 3:32 in the morning and play the video, you will get a text from a satellite. Oh my God, this is a movie. I'm writing a movie right now.
You are writing a movie. You don't even have to write it down. We're just gonna re-listen to this podcast, just jot it down from there, and then just
Hey, copyright. Comic Book Bullies, 2018. Dude.
That's right. So what we were talking about now, this is what I saw in the video. A lot of people saying because he held up the Superman toy, oh well, he's still Superman. Not really. If you watch the video again, yes, he's listening to a song in the background, which is a waltz, which is a dance, and he holds his head up and he holds Superman toy. But if you watch the video closer, towards the end of the video, he slowly pulls the toy down and puts his head down also, while the waltz is ending. So you can put two and two together about what that means. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's all there, you know. And then, like I said, DC came out with a statement also. They were basically saying that Henry Cavill wasn't fired and that he was still with DC. But at the same time, they also said they had no plans of working on a Superman movie. So I'm like, wait, what? You're saying two different things in this same statement. But people just hear what they want to hear. They're like, oh, he's still there. He's not leaving. So, Eli, what I want to do is just let's take away all the speculation. Let's take away all the rumors and, you know, what we think might happen. Let's just look at cold hard facts. Let's look at the breadcrumbs and look at the cold hard facts about what has been going on so far. One, and these are indisputable facts you can't deny. One, Just League flop. Indisputable fact. Okay. So what DC has been telling us for a while is that they have not been working on a Superman script, like, at all. They haven't hired anybody. They don't have a plan for it. They haven't even done a treatment for it. So Henry Cavill's just sitting there and he doesn't have a movie in preparation. So, like I said, Eli, we know a thing or two about movies. We're not in movies. We know a thing or two about movies. Now, we know from the conception of a treatment of a script to the movie actually gets released in the theater, what's the time period around that? Even if you fast track it.
You asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Okay.
I don't know. Go on, continue.
Okay.
I'm listening to your theory, dude.
Okay, I'm listening to theory. Okay, like I said, I'll put the numbers out there. Let's say fast track 3 years at best, minimum 3 years. Really, realistically, 4 to 5 years if you don't have an exact plan.
If you don't have a script yet, yeah, I suppose.
If you don't have a script at all, you don't have a script. You don't have anybody hired, casting, director, location, anything. You're looking at 3, and its best case scenario, normally 4 to 5 years. So, Man of Steel came out 5 years ago, 2013. 5 years ago, and you're saying realistically, you're looking at another 5 years before we can get another Man of Steel sequel. So that means it's going to be 10 years in between those two movies. That's realistic. That's not hypothetical. That's not, suspicion. That's realistic. That's facts. Now,
but isn't BVS supposed to be a sequel?
It depends on who you ask and what day of the week you ask. Zack Snyder will say yes, but they fired Zack Snyder, so they're saying no. So, plus they're going to pretend like BVS never existed anyway. But that's more speculation. We're not speculating. We're giving facts. Okay, so, Just League flop. Man of Steel has already been 5 years apart. They don't have another script, so realistically speaking, it's another 5 years before we get to another Man of Steel. Meanwhile, Henry Cavill has become a rising star. And remember, I keep praising Mission Impossible over and over again. Out of all those movies they made so far, he is hands down the best villain they had. People are seeing this stuff. He's one of the reasons the movie is making so much money, because people are like, oh, Henry Cavill can actually act. I didn't know that. I couldn't tell from those shitty Superman movies he made. So it's raising his profile. And now he's getting cast to this Netflix show, Witcher, which he's probably going to kill that role also, and it's going to raise his star even more. So he's becoming a bankable star now. And let's look, I know I'm speculating, but let me just speculate one more time on that. Like I said, not only did Henry Cavill audition for Superman some odd years ago, there's another role he auditioned for also, and that was James Bond. That he got beat out for Daniel Craig. So we know for a fact, facts, Daniel Craig wants out of this role badly. He wants to get rid of it. Facts, Idris Elba is not going to be the next James Bond. So if we have Henry Cavill, stars rising, he already played a spy in Mission Impossible. He already played a spy in The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and that movie sucked, but he was awesome in the movie. So if he's already proven he's in that genre and can handle that genre, you might be looking at the front runner for James Bond. So while he has all this stuff going on and his star is rising and his profile is getting higher, Why is he fucking around with DC, who don't even have a script on the table? Now, another fact, what DC is planning with Superman or Henry Cavill, they want to put him in a diminutive role where he's going to be their Nick Fury. You know, they wanted to have him, facts, they wanted him in the Shazam movie as a cameo. You know, just pop up there for instance. Facts, they wanted him in every movie they could going forward, with him just pop up randomly in movies. So they want him to just be a cameo in every one of these movies, and just like he was in Justice League, he was a cameo then. But they want to pay him in cameo money role. You're like, since you're just gonna be there in a cameo role, we don't really need to pay you like a leading man role. And facts, that's where things went downhill. So Henry Cavill didn't sign on to be Nick Fury, just get paid here and there and to be a bit role character. He signed up to be a leading man, to be front row and center, and DC doesn't want to do that. They're dragging their feet on that. So, like I said, we don't know the whole history of what's going on, but what we do know is that DC is sitting on their ass with no plans to make another movie. Henry Cavill's star is rising. They don't want to pay him. He wants to get paid, and he has to eat because he's an actor. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, if you just let's use our superpower that God gave us from birth that people are slowly forgetting how to use, and that's called common fucking sense. If you put the piece together, it's there the whole time.
I thought we were talking about Superman. Like, we got X-ray vision.
Oh, well, no, we can fly. No, none of that. So that's all I'm saying. If you just put the piece together and use, follow the breadcrumb, it's there. And just like I've been saying the whole time, Henry Cavill is gone, been gone. Ben Affleck is gone. That's it. People are freaking out like, oh, if they do that, the DC universe is going to go to shit. Like, it wasn't shit before.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought everybody, just before this shit came out, I thought everybody hated Henry Cavill as Superman. I mean, I remember when Man of Steel came out, people were saying that dude can't act. Yes, he looks like Superman. He looked like he's from a Jim Lee drawing. But the dude can't fucking act. BVS was the same way. Now, Eli, have you seen the Ultimate Edition BVS?
I think I watched it once, yeah.
Okay, well, main difference is the difference between BVS Ultimate Edition and the regular BVS is they just added more Henry Cavill scenes. So I mean, for the theatrical version, all they did was just cut his scenes. Why? Because he was the worst he was the worst fucking actor, because Jesse Eisenberg gave a Hall of Fame performance in that movie. But other than them, like Gal Gadot, who was in Fast and the Furious, and Ben Affleck, they acted circles around him. All he did just stand and look stoic and barely talk. Spider-Man in Civil War had more lines of dialogue than Henry Cavill did as Superman in BVS. That's a fact. Since you can fact check me on that too. So he doesn't want to stick around for this shit, man. I mean, who would want to stick around for this shit?
I mean, yeah, people don't like these movies. They've shitted on them pretty much.
Right. And they shitted on him specifically. We didn't know he could act until he was in other movies. Matter of fact, I even give you this. I didn't think he could play Superman until Justice League.
And I mind him. I just didn't like that version of Superman. That's all.
True. And I felt in Justice League, he was actually playing the version he should have been playing to begin with. But DC fucked that up too. Putting a fucking CGI mustache on him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Lois Lane, what's her face's Lois Lane, was worse than he was. I couldn't stand her.
Both of them could have. I could have. At least he looked the part. Amy Adams was just like, who are you again?
Yeah.
Who are you playing? Okay. And so, yeah, I agree with you on that. So, and like I said, people saying the DC universe need to figure out what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Honestly, Eli, I think they do know what they're doing. People say they need to right the ship. That's what they're doing. They're righting the ship. They are removing. Here's the thing. Justice League was whether you like the movie or not, it doesn't matter. It was one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. When that happens, that sends a shockwave of any other thing that DC decides to do. So when Justice League flopped, whoever was the top of WB pretty much Thanos snapped that whole universe. Everybody was gone, except the people he wants. Gal Gadot is staying because her movie made money, so she survived the snap. Jason Momoa, luckily, Aquaman hasn't came out yet, but rest assured, if Aquaman flops, his ass is out too. Everybody else gone. Henry Cavill gone. Ben Affleck gone. The actor play Cyborg gone. Flash, probably going to. So get the fuck out of here. They are revamping. They bringing Shazam in. If Aquaman's a hit, then they're gonna count that. And like I said, you got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. So they are revamping, but they're not doing like a cinematic universe. They're changing how they're doing things. And people saying, who's gonna be the next Superman? Who's gonna be the next Superman? Who are you gonna replace him with? Eli, who says they gotta replace him? Who says they gotta do anything with Superman? What did they learn in the last 3 movies they made with Superman? The one thing that they learned is that Superman is not a box office draw.
Or they don't know how to make a Superman movie.
Or maybe you can't make a Superman movie. Maybe he doesn't work like that. Let's back this up even before Man of Steel. Let's back it up to Superman Returns, which was pretty much everything that we think a Superman movie is supposed to be, and that movie flopped. The movie sucked, but it still flopped. So obviously nobody cares about seeing a Superman movie, so why keep putting Superman in his own movie if nobody's going to see it? When you can make a Nightwing movie that'll make more money, or an Aquaman movie that'll make more money, or whatever movie that'll make more money. You know, so what I think, and like I said, I'm done with the fact checking, I'm back to speculation now. What I think, they're just going to shelve Superman. They're going to put him on the shelf because this isn't Sony. This isn't Fox when they had the X-Men. They're not leasing Superman. They can do whatever they want to with them or not do whatever they want to with them, and they still have the right. So if we don't see Superman for another 10, 15 years, they can do that, and they'll be fine.
I suppose.
So now let's get to the other bullshit that's going on, and let's see who they said is the front runner to replace Henry Cavill as Superman. And they're saying it's supposed to be Michael B. Jordan from Black Panther. Supposed to be. All right, now here's what everybody listening to this and everybody not listening to this, if you can get to, I want to know one thing: how fucking dumb are you guys? I don't like getting tagged 5 times a day in these bullshit articles because they think, oh, Leroy, did you hear about this? Yes, motherfucker, I heard about this. Yes, I know. I'm on the internet all the day looking at this shit. So there's no way DC. And here's the funny thing about it: I see these articles and I see people saying DC is always doing dumb shit like this. When has DC ever done anything like this? When have they ever hired a black Superman? Or
okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like dumb shit. When did they dumb shit? Well, they did a lot of dumb shit.
They did a lot of dumb shit, but come on, that would be the dumbest of dumb shit to do something like that. So obviously what happened, somebody made up a bullshit rumor. Somebody probably sat in their room and thought, you know what would be awesome? What if Michael B. Jordan was Superman? And somebody took that and just ran with his clickbait. One article did it, another article took it, another article took it, and all of a sudden it went viral. Yeah. Michael B. Jordan probably sitting around like, I'm what?
And it's starting another race war on the internet as we speak.
It's starting a race war on some shit that's not even gonna happen. You fucking SJWs.
Yeah, you got fucking white
cucks.
Yeah, every white person on the internet. I'm not racist, but the disclaimer: I don't mind Michael B. Jordan as an actor, but everybody's shaking in their boots because if they say they don't like him as Superman, then they're racist. You know,
right? And yes, let's address this other shit. Yes, I know people saying, oh, there's been a black Superman in comics, but there's been an alternate fucking universe, man, that's popped up like 1 or 2 issues in the comic. Nobody takes that shit seriously. We're talking about in the movie. And there's been a fucking rabbit in the comics as Superman. You think they're going to, that justifies making a rabbit in the movie to replace Henry Cavill? No, they're just some bullshit they just do. Because it's comics.
And it's like, who's going to, like... That, like they haven't figured out how to make a regular Superman movie.
Right.
So why the fuck would they take some Earth 20 whatever the fuck version of Superman?
Right.
Let's make this one.
Right.
You know.
All they're gonna do is just piss off people. And people are saying that oh, I can't wait to see Michael B. Jordan as Superman. I'm like, do you really want to see that? Or do you just want to see the other side get pissed off? You're like, the other side get pissed off.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want to see another Superman movie flop. And then not do another Superman movie for another 20 years.
Right, because they really don't care if a Michael B. Jordan Superman movie is successful or not. Just as long as it pissed off the other side, that's all they care about. They just want to see the shit show.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying. I mean, if that was if this was true, then it just reeks of them trying to exploit Black Panther. You know?
Right. Oh, Black
That's
Panther
all.
was popular. Let's just make everybody black now.
Yeah, let's just turn, instead of turning our, yeah, I won't even go there. I'll get in trouble.
You've already been banned once for posting naked Burt Reynolds on
Yeah, no
Facebook.
shit.
So yeah, Eli, no more naked dudes on your Facebook page.
That's fucking Burt Reynolds, man. He's a national treasure.
Oh shit. So moving past that, we can talk about some other things. We can talk about, like I said, sticking with Superman news. We can talk about the CW, and they had this crossover coming up, and they have announced that they have a Lois Lane for the crossover. So
Okay.
I forgot her name, some crazy name. She was on this show called Grimm. I know I should do my fact check.
Oh, really? Oh, no
Yeah.
Shit. My kid was watching that show.
Grimm is that show when you have nothing to do on Friday night and it shows up and it's there. I used to watch a couple shows of it. It was okay.
Monsters and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like
he
descended from the Brothers Grimm. It was a supernatural ripoff. That's all it was. So they had the girl, and I can't remember the actress from the role. I think she was cool. What I saw, the picture they got of it, she looks just like Margot Kidder. Like Margot Kidder, reincarnated. So I'm like, okay, I can see her as Lois Lane. She actually looks like Lois Lane. Like when you see her and they didn't put Lois Lane there, you would say, hey, she looks like Lois Lane. Not like Amy Adams. When you just post Amy Adams, you're like, okay, who are you getting in this movie? Not that. So it looks like the CW has a better Lois Lane than that one. But of course, the internet is freaking out about that. Because of the Michael B. Jordan bullshit and everything else is going on. She can't be Lois Lane. Why does Lois Lane have to be a woman? Why does Lois Lane have to be white? Why does Lois Lane have to be a she? Then they start saying, make Michael B. Jordan Lois Lane. So there's actually a petition out right now to make Michael B. Jordan Lois Lane.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, that's the internet for you. I saw another.
Or how about this? We make Lois Lane black, but it's got to be that the black comic version of Lois Lane.
Because she was black in the comics, and that was canon.
Where she became a black person.
Right. Now, most of you don't know that story, but that shit really happened. Lois Lane became a black woman for 24 hours, went through this shit, like, fuck this shit. Superman changed me back white.
Yeah, that's the version that better be the version they do.
Right. And she back at the end of, oh, thank God for my whiteness. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Now they make that movie. I'm seeing that shit like 3 times.
Just to see, it could be a romantic comedy. Just to see if a black Lois Lane or Superman would still love a black Lois Lane.
Yeah,
like that.
Lois Lane in blackface. Oh, everybody's gonna love that. It was a funny thing about it. People were saying like, everybody's happy for a Michael B. Jordan movie until they find out Lois Lane is gonna be white. Now that would piss people off. So. Yeah. Shoot, let's move past that. What else we got? Let's talk about some. Let's stay with DC. Let's talk with DC, even though we should have went on that. Okay, so Eli, like I said, I was paid up, and the app finally went live. So the DC Universe app has finally went live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about it. If you want to, definitely it's on my YouTube channel. Check it out from there. But yeah, they dropped it, and it's basically what you expect it to be. They dropped some movies on there. They have some TV shows. They have Batman the Animated Series, Just League Unlimited, the Wonder Woman live action. Birds of Prey is on there. I've never seen that, but I definitely plan on checking that out. Some of the newer like animated movies they have, like Death of Superman is on there. Batman Ninja's on there. So I've never seen Batman Ninja, but it's on there, so I'm definitely going to check that out. All 4 the original Superman movies are out there. Dark Knight Returns, Batman Forever, blah, 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 all this stuff like that. They got the comic line. They got comics on there, too. Now, the comic list is kind of bare bones, Eli. I don't know whether this is a good thing or bad thing, because there's only like 2,500 comics on there right now, which nothing compared to Marvel Unlimited. And I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, read most of these books. So, I don't know if they're saying anything about me, or they need to expand their list. But here's the thing. They said, and I remember Kevin Smith saying this, that in October they're supposed to dump about 10,000 books, on the library on there. So it's gonna expand it from there. Because right now it's cool, but there's a bunch of stuff on there that's missing. That's kind of making me scratch my head. Like Watchmen is not on there. Like what the fuck? Kingdom Come is not on there.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, that would be a given, I would think.
Yeah, V for Vendetta. Like what the fuck? Why is this shit not on there? They got a shitload of Aquaman on there. The Peter David run of Aquaman in the 90s, the whole thing is on there. So I was gonna sit back and read that one. It's a lot of just like number 1 issues, or like 1, 2, 3 issues. Not even like a whole runs like that. Like it's a bunch of Like the New 52 Batman stuff is missing. New 52 Superman stuff. Like if you missed nothing else, you should at least gotten that. That should have been on there. You know.
Oh, there's no New 52 Batman?
There is one issue.
Oh, one issue of New.
Yeah,
Oh.
the first issue of Court of Owls, and that's it. Like, how the fuck you missed that? You know, they got one issue of Court of Owls. They got one issue of the Rebirth. You know, with I Am Gotham or whatever, and that's it. Like, come on, man, y'all could have did better than that. But I'm not freaking out. A lot of people online are freaking out. Like, they promised us this, they promised us that. No, they promised us 2,500 at launch, and they said a couple months down the road, then they were going to expand the library. So they kept their promise. It's just some of the stuff they put on them, like no Watchmen, like no V for Vendetta, no Sandman, no Swamp Thing. Like this should have been like given. This should have been on there, you know.
That's pretty much the only thing that interests me.
Yeah, like the movie wise, it's like you got Batman Begins and Dark Knight, but no Dark Knight Rises. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, like why? What the hell? You know. And plus, none of the DCEU movies are on there, which I was kind of hoping. I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and watch Man of Steel tonight. Nope, no BVS, no Justice League, Snyder Cut, none of that shit. And then I started thinking, like, do I really want those DC movies? Because let's back up and think about the DC movies not with Batman and Superman in it. What do you got? Catwoman, Green Lantern, you know, Constantine, which I thought sucked. I don't care what you guys say. I know y'all love Keanu Reeves. That movie fucking sucked, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't into that either. I thought it was just
it was terrible. Jonah Hex, you know.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that.
So do I really want these movies on here? Is that a selling point? I kind of see why they didn't put them on there immediately. So yeah, take your time with that, you know. And people are saying that now I pulled it up on 3 different apps. I pulled it up on iOS, you know, Apple. I pulled it up on Android on my Chromecast, even on my Chromebook, and streamed it to my Chromecast. Worked fine, no issue. Went to Windows, played on Windows. There's no dedicated Windows app, but you can look at it through the internet. You can download the comics to watch them offline. On the movie side, there is a spot to show your downloads, but you can't download movies yet. I think there may be a feature coming on later on so you can watch them offline. So, you know, that'll be pretty cool from there. You can save your stuff as favorites. You can, you know, look them in a list. We were actually watching them at work today. Even though we shouldn't have. I logged them on the computers and was showing, you know, one of my coworkers. We were sitting there watching, we were watching Batman vs. Robin. Remember that one? And we were just laughing our ass off at Batman and Robin just beating the shit out of each other. I don't know. We thought it was funny.
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was showing the comic book line also. I just showed him like one comic. I showed him like you know, that not I Am Gotham, the Greg Capullo run. And he was like, oh, they got comics on here too? Like, how are they doing all that? You know, so he was impressed. He's thinking about getting himself. So overall, Eli, I am impressed. It's basically giving me everything that I thought it was going to give. I know it's bare bones right now, but like I said, it just came out this weekend. This stuff, you know, this stuff takes time to build from there. So, and like I said, it's a shitload of comics on there already that I haven't read. I definitely want to read that Peter David Aquaman run. So, I mean, I got stuff to look at on there. You know, they gave me all the Just League Unlimited on there, Batman Beyond, Batman Ninja, Birds of Prey. So a bunch of stuff on there I haven't seen anyway. They always releasing new stuff, like they got like encyclopedia and stuff you can look at to learn about the characters. So
is that Titans show on there yet?
It is not. I'm glad I completely forgot about that because I didn't buy it for Titans, so I completely forgot about Titans. Titans, I think, is supposed to be there October 2nd. I think that's the date. I may be messing up, but sometime early October.
Okay.
So that's when it's coming there. So now that I got the app, I will completely review Titans when it come out. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. You will hear my review on that. I guess we can stick with more DC news, and then we're gonna get off this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Joker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about Joker because they actually have posted the official release photos of Joaquin Phoenix as Joker, and he looks like Joaquin Phoenix. So I guess. I don't know, Eli. I was hoping it would break the internet like, you know, Jared Leto did.
Oh yeah. Well, it's probably. I mean, I don't know what exactly they're doing.
I don't know either. You know,
other than they said this is supposed to be a mobster movie with the Joker in it. So I don't know if he's supposed to be the Joker in that picture yet. Maybe it's before he becomes the Joker. I don't know.
So you think he might just be that the entire movie, just like that?
I don't know about the entire movie. Maybe that's just a scene before, like, you know, like in Batman, in '89 Batman, how Jack Nicholson started out as Jack Nicholson and then he became the Joker. You know?
Yeah, but that was like, you know, like 30 minutes of the movie. So I like I said, I don't know what the hell is going on with this movie. I don't know whether to be, worried about it or whether to be excited or maybe because I don't mind when, when they like to do different stuff or play with the source material and do different things. As long as it's interesting, that's all I care about. But I mean, if they're just gonna make a just random ass standard mobster movie, I can just go watch White with Rick. That'll probably be more Joker than this movie.
Well, it's just like if we keep shitting on DC because they keep giving us shit we don't really want.
Right, because nobody want a Joker movie, and if we did want a Joker movie, we want Joker in the Joker movie.
Yeah, or a Batman movie with the Joker in it, and
right,
or a good Superman movie.
Right, or a Suicide Squad movie where they show nothing but the Joker in the trailers, and when you get to the movie, there's no Joker.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just like I said, with everything, you just take it with a grain of salt. Let's see what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does interest me if it's set outside of this whatever universe and it's just going to be a mobster movie. I mean, sure, that seems interesting, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Like I said, it's fast tracking right now. I'm just interested in that they're saying that they've announced like 50 million movies for DC, so they're making them, but they're actually making a movie. So at this point, the bar is so low. I'm just giving credit for that.
I suppose, yeah, because this is in production. They're shooting it. This movie is going to be made.
Yeah, they're actually making a movie.
Yeah, we all thought Batgirl was going to be made. That's not getting made.
Right.
The Flash. When the fuck was the Flash?
They fired another director, so we don't know. They was saying they were going to make a Flash movie. Oh, yeah, we're not making it anymore.
The Ben Affleck Batman movie that's not getting made.
That's not, Ben Affleck's not going to be in it, so.
Yeah, with Deathstroke as the villain. That's not
going to happen, right?
Nothing's happening anymore, but this is.
I like how people say, people keep saying they're going to make a Justice League 2, and like they're not going to make a Justice League 2. What about their ending? They set up an ending for the sequel. Like, do you know how many movies set up an ending for a sequel that never happened? Where's Green Lantern 2?
Where's Buckaroo Banzai 2?
Right. So that means nothing,
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck DC. Let's move on past that. Let's talk about another shit show. Let's talk about Sony. Let's talk about Venom. Now, Eli, I know you have an opinion on this because Venom's runtime and rating has been released. Runtime, I completely forgot about. I want to say it's 189, but I can't remember it. But they've also announced
189. What the hell? That's over 3
I might have fucked it up. I may be pulling the number out my ass. I don't know.
That's a long ass Venom movie.
The epic,
No, I thought it was like under 2 hours.
It might be. I don't think we're getting Venom the Ultimate Edition or whatever. I think it's probably going to be under 2 hours or so. But the main thing that people remember is that the movie is going to be PG-13, and like I said, the internet lost their minds over that. Eli, why are people losing their minds over that? Because they always said they were going to make Venom PG-13.
No, they were trying to say it was gonna be an R rating. They said they were trying.
I've never heard
that. The director said he was hoping to get an R rating, and I believe when we reacted to the trailer, the first trailer, we were even saying, "I hope this is R. I hope this is R."
I hoped it was R, but I never thought it was going to be R.
And yeah, but he was trying. He was really trying, but I guess in the end, Sony wants a PG-13 movie. So
okay, I got to do some fact checking on it because I don't ever remember the director coming out saying he was even trying for R-rated. I've always thought that they said they were pushing for like PG-13, but to go as far as they could take a PG-13 rating.
No, I remember like on Geek Savs, like a year or two ago, we talked about it was rumored to be an R-rated Venom, and it was supposed to be kind of like a horror movie and all that shit. I remember talking about it a couple years ago, or a year ago, or whatever the fuck it was. So, it was rumored that it was supposed to be R-rated, and so now it's not, and yeah.
Okay, well, I was mistaken. Okay, it happens.
Do I need violence and gore in a Venom movie? No,
yes.
But it would be nice.
Yes.
I mean, I guess violence and gore doesn't make a movie good, but it makes it cooler.
Have you ever read a Venom comic without blood and gore?
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember my little brother had the Venom, the talking Venom figure back in the 90s, and one of the things it said was, "I want to eat your brain," and my mom was all disturbed about it.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
So Venom is just a character that deserves to an R rating. He just, you just need that, So I would think that was just a given, and especially since Deadpool, the success of Deadpool and Logan, that's what they were trying to do.
Right. But Sony has no balls.
Yeah. And one of the rumors is they think they want to have Spider-Man in it, or have a Spider-Man cameo, or try to connect it to Spider-Man or some shit.
Well, see, here's the thing. I mean, from what I've been hearing, like after like Tom Holland's, contract is up, his Marvel days are done. Sony's taking them back. Mm-hmm. So if they take him back, of course they want to build this universe with him and Venom and whatever else they have going on. So that's probably why they do want to keep it PG-13. So if they do decide to throw Spider-Man, maybe like a sequel or a spin-off, something like that, it make it easier for everybody to watch at the same time. That's what I'm saying. At the same time, I want an R-rated Venom movie. I don't understand why, even if movies aren't in the same universe, why can't one thing over here be R-rated and the other thing over here be PG-13?
Yeah.
They do it in comics.
Or just have an R-rated Venom movie, and then when you do eventually have him fight Spider-Man, I mean that can be PG-13, and then people, oh shit, Spider-Man versus Venom, and Venom's a badass. This could be a cool movie,
right?
If you let Venom be who the fuck he is,
right.
And not
but at the same time. Yeah. I feel like this movie is just a cash grab anyway. I really don't have high expectations for this movie. At the same time, if the movie is somewhat entertaining, I will walk out and be like, okay.
I mean, I was excited for it, and I was really excited because it was supposed to be a rated R, but now I'm not as excited about it.
I feel like you're as excited as I was before, so.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, now it's, especially we're a month away from it. It was just coming. It's coming out soon, and I've been reading the new Venom run in the comics is awesome, and I'm like,
that's what I've been meaning to tell you. None of this shit is going to happen in the movie.
Yeah, I don't expect a flying Venom dragon. No,
nothing cool is going to happen in this movie.
But still, I wanted to see. I basically wanted to see a horror movie. That's what it seemed like that they were trying to market it as, like a werewolf movie, only with the symbiote, but or a demon possession movie, and I thought that would be a cool take on Venom.
Yeah.
And I hate PG-13 horror. I mean,
I hate it too. I'm not even a horror fan, but a PG-13 horror movie just makes like, okay, I really don't need to see this shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Past that, Venom, whatever. We'll review when we get a chance to. Move past that. Let's actually talk about the Vita Games section. Eli, I'm actually going to try to breeze through as much as possible. I just want to let you know, give you an update of where I am on Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah, I have not beaten the game yet. The reason I have not beaten the game yet, because every time I start to try to beat the game, I stop so I can take a selfie.
I was about to say, you taking selfies?
That's all I'm doing is taking selfies. I'm posting them on Facebook. I'm posting them in people's messengers and inboxes. Ooh, look at me. I'm posting them everywhere on Twitter. Like, check out my selfies. So I would just, and my Twitch streams, because I'm streaming the game right now, they're boring as fuck because I would just stop for 15 minutes to try to make the perfect selfie instead of like fighting bad guys. So I know I'm promoting my stream, but I'm really not. So that's why I haven't beaten the game yet, even though everybody else I know have beaten the game by now. I was actually showing somebody my Twitch stream at work also, like when I was showing them DC Universe. And they actually, I remember fast forwarded to a good part where they were fighting stuff like that. And we're like, okay, that's pretty interesting. That game looks pretty cool. And somebody saw a crowd behind us and came up to us, walked, but they didn't see what was on the screen. And asked us, oh, y'all guys are watching the game? We see us on the computer, like, yeah, we're watching the game. Oh, how much is New England up by? And we're like, oh, not that game. And he's like, fucking nerds. He didn't say it, but that's the look he gave us, and then walked off in disgust. So yeah, that's all I got. One more thing about the video game section. This weekend I did review NASCAR Heat 3 for PC. I'm not gonna get into it. I get tell you overall, I gave the score 3 out of 5. Pretty fun game, but I think it's kind of overpriced right now, even though it does offer features that other games offer as a feature, and it's just by itself. But it does have some cool NASCAR. If you're a diehard NASCAR fan, go get the game. It's worth it. But yeah, and if you want, just go to the website. My review is on there if you want to dig in more deeper than what I just thought about it. But I'm not going to spend too much time on NASCAR on this podcast. That being said, can we move into the meat and potatoes of the podcast?
We're going to talk about Batman Day?
Yeah. I guess Happy Batman Day.
Happy Batman.
Yes, yeah. Whatever you want to talk about. I got nothing.
I thought you said you wanted to interview me or something.
Yeah, but I forgot the questions because I said
Okay.
I had 2 questions I was going to ask you, but I wanted to ask you 5. And I thought I was going to think about those 5 in the middle of the podcast, but obviously I didn't.
Okay.
So but I tell you what. So I asked you 2.
Okay.
Okay, I'll interview with 2. Okay. So, and maybe the other question will pop up while we're doing this interview. So, first thing I want to ask you, Eli, who is your favorite Batman? Live action Batman.
Oh, live action Batman.
Live action Batman.
Live action Batman. I'll go with Michael Keaton.
Conroy does not count.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Then I'll go with Michael Keaton.
Okay. Michael Keaton is a good one.
Just because I saw that movie like I don't know how many times in the theater that summer. That was just one of the movies of my youth. You know. You know, doesn't hold up as well as it does today, but back then I loved that shit.
Well, the funny thing was, at the time when we watched the movie in the 80s, we were like, oh man, we finally got a realistic Batman, you know. But that was before Nolan came around. So Nolan makes that movie look just as cartoony as people thought the 60s cartoons looked.
Yeah.
You know? And so, next question I was going to ask you. Okay, Batman animated series, right?
Yeah.
What was the best episode? Or what was your favorite episode?
Oh, shit. That's hard. There's so many great ones.
Yeah, I had to put you on the spot on that one.
I like the one, is it just get him or almost got him or whatever that comes to mind, where they're all the villains are talking about how they almost captured Batman.
Almost got him. Awesome episode. Yeah.
Yeah, or the Clayface, the 2-parter Clayface episode.
Vita Clay. Okay.
Yeah, that was a good one. Shit, yeah, I'll go with those. The toss up between those 2. And I wanted to say something while you were talking about DC Universe, because Amazon had all the Batman animated series, all the episodes on Prime. And then when I figured out, I totally forgot it was Batman Day yesterday until like around 10 o'clock. I was like, oh shit, it's Batman Day. Well, let me watch some Batman animated, you know, just to watch some Batman shit. And I went to Amazon Prime, and they were gone. I mean, they're there. They're still there. You got to buy them though.
So okay, yeah. So, but they used to be free with Amazon Prime, and that no longer.
Yeah.
So wow,
they took all the Batman shit off, even on Netflix. They had the Dark Knight movies on Netflix. Those are gone.
They were only like last week.
Yeah, they're gone now.
Wow.
You know? So I had to find. So I was like, well, shit. I'll grab. I had to get up and put in a DVD like a caveman and and watch the animated series, because I got a couple of the box sets of the animated series.
And like I said, you know, they've announced that they had this remastered version of the animated series coming out.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if DC Universe did that or not, but I gotta admit, Eli, the animated series look beautiful on there. But it's not just the animated series.
Yeah, because I'm watching. I have just the DVD. And I can see like some of the pixels and some of the cells of the animation cells, the movements and stuff. You can see like the boxes and the circles, the dots basically, on screen. And from what I hear, that's cleared up in the HD version. So.
Yeah, I mean, it looks beautiful in the HD version. Like a lot of these cartoons that I've been watching, like Just League Unlimited, I'm like, I don't remember it looking this good. This shit looks like really beautiful. So yeah, and plus they said another thing about DC Universe, hate to keep plugging it away, but even though they're saying it's in HD right now, they do say 4K is coming down the road. So hopefully I don't have to pay extra for that. They'll just give me 4K, because I would love to see 4K in there, because I am in the market looking for, you know, UHD TV. So.
Okay,
cool. Anything else about that?
No, that's
okay.
That's it for the interview over. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't think of 3 more questions. So yeah, you passed the other 3.
Well, what's your favorite Batman live action Batman?
Okay, my favorite Batman is Christian Bale.
Okay.
Now, to be honest with you, I would have said Ben Affleck, but you have to count Justice League also. So if it was just BVS just by itself, he would be my favorite. But when you take BVS and Justice League, yeah, because basically BVS proved that he can play Batman.
Yeah, and that fight scene is probably the best on-screen Batman fight scene ever.
His stunt double was awesome.
Yeah. But that's like, you know, that's what I wanted to see. That's what I thought was missing from the Nolan movies was the warehouse scene where
Right.
Batman just whoops ass like he does in the video game.
Right.
You know,
And that's the thing. Like, love or hate Ben Affleck, at the same time, he is the most comic accurate Batman we've had on screen so far.
yeah.
So nobody can argue that.
Yeah.
Nobody can take that away from him.
It's just too bad they leaked that scene online before the movie.
The entire scene, like, you gotta save that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And so, but at the same time, I do feel like Justice League. I felt like in the reshoots that you could obviously tell that Josh Whedon is part of, he checked out. He was done. It's like when you're getting off at 4:30 and it's 4 o'clock. That's basically what Ben Affleck was doing.
Yeah.
And so that's why I got to give the edge to Christian Bale, because Christian Bale played it 3 times, more times than Michael Keaton did, and he killed it every time. So
Yeah.
gotta give him that. All right, now can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Favorite animated episode?
Oh, what was the name of the episode? I can't remember the name of the episode, but my favorite episode, and it may be cheating, but it was the one where Scarecrow hit Batgirl with that fear toxin, and she died. And then when she died, Commissioner Gordon waged war on Batman, hunted him down, hunted down all the sidekicks, threw Alfred in jail, killed Nightwing just to go after Batman. He got so desperate, he broke Bane out of jail and was like, I don't care what you do, just go kill Batman for me.
Over the Edge. That was a later.
That's what the name was.
Edge,
that was hands down their best episode.
Okay.
I was like, this shit is insane. Because I know when Batgirl died, like, oh, Commissioner Gordon's going to lose his fucking mind.
Okay.
And that's exactly what happened. So it's like, what would happen if, Commissioner Gordon really went after Batman? Because basically Batman, it just proves that Batman only does what Commissioner Gordon lets him get away with. So,
okay.
Awesome episode.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, we're going to talk about comics. We're going to talk about comics. Oh, I know, actually, for some reason, you were kind of like this week, and I actually read some shit was kind of like the exact opposite of what happens. So I guess I'll go first on this one, and I'll kind of just breeze through it first. But the first book I do want to talk about is Fantastic Four #2. Let me look at this real quick. I don't know why the fuck you guys got me reading Fantastic Four. I blame Gomer.
Yeah. Why are you reading that Fantastic?
Because of Gomer. Because I wanted to rub it in his face when this book turns to shit. They'd be like, I told you. It's Fantastic Four. What did you expect? So I'm reading it just so I can say I told you so. So basically how the book starts off, it's not the Fantastic Four, but it's the Future Foundation. It's Reed and the kids and whatever. And they're in this another universe, and they're basically fixing up the universe. And that's basically what they've been doing the entire time. Just hopping from universe to universe, building universes. They're rebuilding the multiverse. Basically what happens is Franklin Richards comes up with the concept of what a universe should be, and Molecule Man makes the universe. And that's just what they do, just hop from multiverse to multiverse, kind of cultivating it and things from there. They've been doing, and that's what they've been doing ever since Secret Wars, since Dr. Doom became a god and stuff like that. And that's what they've been, even though everybody thinks they're dead. They're not dead, they're just universe hopping. So they do that, and one day when Franklin Richards is about to make his next universe, all of a sudden he loses the power to make universes again. Now, they say he don't lose all his power. They say he still has most of his godlike cosmic powers. He just can't make universes anymore. So once it happened, then all of a sudden this other person pops out, and I'm going to get the names in a second. Got it. Okay. So soon as Franklin Richards loses his god powers to build the universe, this other person pops out. There's this woman that pops out and calls herself the Griever at the end of all things. So apparently what she does, that she, whenever it's time for something to die, she pops up and kills it, So Molecule Man says, oh, what the fuck you think you're going to do? You're not going to stop us. And she basically flicks her finger, and Molecule Man dies. So I know a lot of you like, what the fuck? But y'all don't understand. Molecule Man is powerful. Stupid powerful. Like, he can destroy Monier, Cap Shield, and the Silver Surfer Board at the same time by blinking. He's done this before. That's how powerful he is. So the fact that she can blink him out of existing with a thought, they're like, oh shit, she's serious. And then not only she does that, every multiverse or universe that Franklin Richards has created, she kills them. All of them. one by one. Every single universe is dead. And Frank's like, I can't stop her. I don't know who the fuck she is. She's that powerful enough to kill Molecule Man, and she can destroy universes at a whim. We gotta get the fuck out of here. So Reed piles everybody up on the ship. They hop from universe to universe to universe, and like, okay, we gotta get the fuck out of here and get away from here, and hopefully we can make a stand to stop her. But she catches up with them anyway. She's like, no, you can't outrun me. I know how this ends because I can't be beaten no matter how many times people think they can beat me. And then, like I said, Franklin Richards tries to rush her because he's still stupid powerful also. They saying he's stronger than Thor, Hulk, and Silver Surfer, so he can still beat anybody. She flicks her finger and knocks him away. She's like, this little teenage boy can't beat me. None of you can beat me. And Reed says, this is the Future Foundation. These are a bunch of kids. These are a bunch of teenagers. If the Fantastic Four was here, the real Fantastic Four, your ass would be toast. You're like, me? You think your Fantastic Four can beat me? Do you know who I am? I am the Grieve of all things. That's what I do. I kill people. Anything. You're like, I guarantee you we can beat you. She's like, okay, prove it to me. So she pops this device out of nowhere. There's some kind of teleporter or transport, something like that. She's like, summon the Fantastic Four. Put your team together. Fight me. So I can prove to you that you can't beat me. And she like, okay. And Reed's like, okay, you fucked up. Because when my team gets here, when the Fantastic Four gets here, you're done. So she like, Sue, I need you to come with me for a second while I put this machine together. And she like, Sue's like, Reed, just stupid as fuck. You put the team. I mean, I missed, Johnny and Ben just like everybody else do, like the kids do. But they can't beat her. And Reed's like, you trust me, right? You're like, yeah. Okay. Well, let me do my thing. So they back on Earth. You see Ben and Johnny and Alicia. They see the Fantastic Four symbol in the sky. They're like, it's about fucking time they came and got us. So they teleport out of there. Ben and Johnny are teleported to the same world. And before they even find out what's going on, they don't have time to say hello. They don't say hi. Hey, the Griever says, hold up, Reed Richards, what the fuck are you doing? That's what we agreed upon. And Reed was like, oh yeah, that is what we agreed upon. You told you wanted the Fantastic Four, right? But that's what I did. I brought the Fantastic Four. And then it pans out, and it's actually every single member the Fantastic Four has ever had standing behind all four of them. Ghost Rider, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Hulk, She-Hulk, Black Panther, Storm, Medusa, Crystal. You can keep going. Whoever, Luke Cage, whoever's on the team, they're back there. And you said you want the Fantastic Four, right? This is the Fantastic Four. And that's how the book ends. So, honestly, the book was awesome. So I kind of I don't owe Gomer an apology. I don't owe him shit. Because this book's going to suck by 4 or 5 issues anyway. I don't care how awesome this book was. So, overall, I give the book a 4.5 out of 5 because it was funny, had some cool stuff going on. That native joke that Gomer was talking about earlier, I didn't even catch that shit.
Oh, is this the one with the native, the alien that's red?
The native alien boy, the scan he showed where the girl, where Reed's daughter was attracted to, the Avatar boy?
The red skin alien? Yeah, he's right. Like a red Avatar.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even catch it. So I don't even know why people are freaking out about it. Okay. And if he never would have said that, I never would have caught it. So, yeah, but that's my thing.
Right. Well, I only got one book. You want me to go now, or do you want to do another one?
Yeah, I got to take a breather, man. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I only got one book because a shipment didn't come in at my comic shop. So the only thing in my pull list this week was Batman or Detective Comics 1988. So that's the only book I read. So basically, this is the start of a new arc, a new story arc. The new team too. James Robinson with writing, with art, awesome art by Steven Segovia, Ivan Plasencia on colors. So this is basically Batman investigating the murder. It's some run that, of course, Gordon thinks it's just like, what are you doing here? This guy is nobody important. This is just a routine murder case. I don't think we need you for this. But Batman decides to look into it and discovers that the murder victim was planning something. He goes to the guy's apartment and he's got like targets picked out on a map of people's photos. Some of them are crossed out, and he's got like a machine gun. So he was fitting to do something, or he has done something. But then he's attacked by Firefly, or two Fireflies, Firefly and Firefly's protege, and the rest of the book is basically a fight between Batman and these two Fireflies, and you realize that at the end that something's going on with the guy. The guy was planning on doing something, this murder victim, and that's about it. Like I said, this is just the beginning of a new arc, a new mystery. It was fine. I give it, just for the artwork, because the art is so awesome, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Because yeah, it's just old school style, Jim Lee, Fabok, Daniel style Batman. I mean, it's just really, really awesome to look at. But yeah, it's like I said, it's the beginning of a new story arc, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, there you go. That's the only book I read.
Okay, cool. All right. Next book I have. Let me see. What book is this? This is Superman number 3. Man number 3. Okay. Cover the book, of course. Superman and Rogozar are fighting, but anyway, but to get into the book, basically what's going on in, where are we? Durango, Colorado. We're in Durango, Colorado in Star Labs. And apparently, yeah, Star Labs is being attacked by the supervillain Livewire. But those that don't know who Livewire is, she's actually originated from the 90s cartoon, the 90s Superman cartoon. She was created specifically for this show, kind of like Harley Quinn was created for Batman. But she became popular enough on that show, they put her in the comics. So electricity powers, bullshit, and all that stuff like that. So she shows up there because she noticed some kind of power surge there, and she basically tries to attack Star Labs. Superman shows up and was like, Livewire, what are you doing here? What do you did? Livewire sees Superman and tries to create her biggest electricity bubble and blasts him in the face with it. Superman barely blinks, looks at it, actually kind of pissed, and looks at it like, are you going to help out or not? Because Star Labs is going fucking nuts. So she just kind of just leaves. Like, I can't do anything with Superman, so she just takes off. Superman decides to patch up exactly what's going on, and he asks Star Labs, what did they do? He was like, well, we were discovering the Phantom Zone. We were just doing some readings on the Phantom Zone, and then something happened, and Phantom Zone got bigger, but we don't know how big it's gotten. And Superman like, what do you mean you don't know how? You don't know what's going on right now? What you did here at Star Labs, you actually put us into the Phantom Zone. The reason you don't know how big the Phantom Zone is because the Phantom Zone is bigger than Earth right now. You fucked all this up. You're like, oh, my bad. So Superman is flying around, trying to, stop disasters left, right, and stuff like that. And he's trying to call the Justice League, but the Justice League are getting picked off one by one because Batman's getting sick, Flash getting sick, and all stuff like that. And Martian Manhunter hits him up and tells him, Cal, the only reason we're not getting sick right now because whatever the Phantom Zone is, it's poisoning Earth's atmosphere. It's poisoning everybody on the planet, and they're getting sicker. We're okay because we're aliens, stuff like that. But if we don't fix this stuff soon, everybody on the planet is gonna die. We're like, got it. So while they're doing that, let's cut to Rogozar. Rogozar is just sitting at a campfire that he made for himself, and he's wearing Superman's tattered cape around his neck like a scarf or whatever. So this guy walks up to him and said, that campfire you make right now is kind of dangerous on this part. You're like, I'm not scared of that. And that symbol of the House of El you wearing around your neck, that's bad news also around these parts. He's like, oh, I'm not scared of that either. And he asks him, who are you? He says, I am Rogozar. And before the stranger can name who he is, he's like, I already know who you are. You're Jack Sawyer. Now, for those of you who don't know who Jack Sawyer is actually a longtime Superman villain. He's actually another one of the Kryptonian evil bad guys that Jor-El put away eons ago or some shit like that. And he's just been plotting to, get revenge on Superman or Jor-El or whoever, And basically, Rogozar, reads off his whole crime rap sheet and stuff like that. He like, if it wasn't for Zod, you'd be the biggest terrorist that Krypton ever made. So you're the guy I've been looking for the entire time. And matter of fact, you see that up there? That's Earth. He like, how did Earth get here? I don't know. But we need to do something to get up there. He's like, okay. Jackson's like, okay, that's pretty cool. Thanks, Rogozar. And then his army comes out of nowhere. Hey, guys, kill him. So his entire army kills Rogozar, tries to attack Rogozar. Rogozar takes everybody out, but the thing is, Rogozar doesn't kill anybody. He like, I could have killed your entire army right now, but I let you live. Do you want to know why I let you live? And Jack Sawyer's like, okay, you sold me. Why'd you let me live? Because I want to find out how did I get here and how do I get back. For instance, when I was fighting Superman, that House of El refugee, they hit me with something to bring me here, and I don't know what they did. And Jack's like, they hit you with the Phantom Zone projector. You're like, exactly. That's what they hit me with. So, obviously it's on Earth somewhere. So how about you and me team up? You bring an army that tried to kill me, bring them with me also. Let's go to Earth, destroy as much as shit we can on Earth, find that Phantom Zone projector, leave Earth in the Phantom Zone since they worship, that punk-ass Kal-El anyway. We escape, and we do whatever the fuck we want to do after that. And he's like, and Jackson like, you know what? I'm buying what you selling. Okay. I'm game. What do I need to do? He's like, put your army together. Let's get this thing done. So while Superman is doing that, Superman is back at the Hall of Justice, talking to all the smartest dudes in the DC universe and telling the plan that happened, that Starlabs fucked all this shit up. That's why we're in the Phantom Zone. The Atom is like, take me to Starlabs. We're finna go to right now. I'm gonna hop in on you, Superman, and the microscopic in your body with like that. You fly over there and we'll go fix this shit. So right when Superman gets ready to fly to the Hall of Justice, he hears something. He's like, oh shit, I would expect him to come so soon. So he flies up in the sky and he just yells out, I know you're there. You might as well reveal yourself right now. Let's go ahead and do this. And as soon as he turns his head, out pops out Rogul Zar riding a Kryptonian dragon with Jack Sewer also riding Kryptonian dragon and all of his alien army behind him all riding Kryptonian dragons headed right towards Superman. And that's how the book ends. So pretty cool. A lot of shit going on. No stupid gags going on, stuff like that. Good solid book. I want to know what happens next time Superman fights an alien army by himself because the Justice League can't help him because they're all a bunch of bitches. So yeah, I get the book a 4 out of 5. The book wasn't Bendis-y as these books usually are. I had to look again to make sure it was still a Bendis book, and yes, it is still a Bendis book. So yeah. Oh yeah, you got nothing else? Okay.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Let me pull one. I got one last book. Last book I'm gonna do is Infinity Wars #3. I gotta remember what happened because there's a bunch of bullshit that's happened in this book. Okay, yeah, let's get to the point of it. Actually, a whole lot of shit happened, but not a whole lot of shit happened. Basically, Gamora beat all the Avengers. Loki shows up, and he tries to give Gamora advice. So the book begins with basically Gamora, knife is at Loki's head, and Loki like, you can't kill me. I can help you find exactly what's going on because there's actually something going on. Like what you're doing right now. In another I've already seen it. In another reality, you get beat. Matter of fact, in all the other realities, everything you're doing right now, you get beaten. You're like, Loki, you're lying to me. You're like, how am I lying to you? You have the reality stone. You can look into another reality yourself and see for yourself what's going on. You're like, oh, yeah, I can. You're like, duh. So she pulls up another reality, see what's going on. Every single reality she sees the exact same thing. Eventually, the Avengers beat her. So she's like, okay, I need to change that. I need to change the game to see exactly what's going on. She's like, I got it. What I'm gonna do is instead of killing everybody like Thanos did and killing half of the planet, I'm just gonna kind of merge the entire universe into one person and make them coexist that way. So if I combine these heroes, they're gonna be off balance. They won't be able to fight me. Like, brilliant. That's a brilliant plan. So that's what she does. She snaps her finger, and instead of half the universe dying, half of the universe folds into each other and people combine together. I'll give you an example because the next page actually shows what happened. They shows in Brooklyn 1942 where this scientist named Dr. Erskine was working on the super soldier program. And the super soldier program went downhill because Dr. Erskine got shot. And it was like, well, she got shot. So Erskine is a woman this time. So she got shot. So we can't complete the super soldier program like we wanted to. But here's the thing. The super soldier program that she said she was working on, it was all a lie. And let me show you exactly where she went. So they go to her lab, and it turns out it wasn't really a lab. It's some kind of like weird dungeon because she wasn't a scientist. She was a witch. So they see Steve Rogers, and he's actually dressed up like Doctor Strange, holding a vibranium shield made out of magic. And he says, Soldier Supreme, ready for duty. And like, who the fuck is the Soldier Supreme? So Gamora like, oops, I kind of fucked it up. I didn't expect that to come. So, but anyway, she does that to all the heroes. She does it to Spider-Man and Moon Knight to become Arachnite. She does the Ghost Rider and Black Panther to become Ghost Rider. She does it to Weapon Hex, whoever the fuck that is, I don't know. So she combined all the heroes into like one person. So
is that Weapon H guy?
Maybe. I don't know. It's some weird shit going on right there. So basically, she just turned all the heroes and mashed them all in one person, to consolidate the universe or something like that. And then she like, okay, Loki, now that I've done this, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You're like, no, you can't get rid of me. Oh yeah, I can. Bye. And she throws Loki into the universe on the planet Earth where all the fucked up heroes are too. So Loki's like, cool, that was part of my plan the whole time to get the fuck away from you. So for some reason, Loki starts doing this weird. Remember the Mary Tyler Moore show where she was walking down the street dancing and swinging on stuff?
I suppose, yeah.
Loki does that.
Oh, really?
He reenacts the Mary Tyler Moore show for some reason. I don't know if that was on purpose or whatever. Anyway, he goes to the He goes to the X Mansion. He goes there, and I don't know if you ever heard of Dupe. He's this weird-looking blob mutant alien that floats around, something like that. But anyway, Dupe is dressed up like Deadpool. So apparently, Dupe and Deadpool are one person on this universe. So anyway, he goes to the front door, and the door opens up, and it's a blonde Wolverine. And Loki's like, okay, you must be Wolverine and Emma Stone put together. Like, what are you, Diamond Claw or some bullshit? What's your name? You know, and Logan just stabs him in the chest. He was like, and he's like, what'd you do that for? I'm not lying, I'm telling the truth. And when Logan leaves the claw in his chest, he puts his hand to his head like Professor X does and shit like that, and he starts thinking, he's like, yeah, you're right. You aren't lying. You're telling the truth. And then puts the claw back and closes the door in front of him. And look in.
Oh, so it's Wolverine and Professor X?
Well, they trying to say it's Wolverine and Emma Frost.
Oh, I thought it was like Wolverine and fucking Sabretooth.
Maybe, but this Wolverine has like psychic powers apparently. So, and I think to use the psychic powers, you got to use the claw.
I suppose.
Or some shit. I don't know. We'll find out more shit down the road. Overall, give the book a 4 out of 5. It's a cool concept. You know, I'm kind of seeing where it's going with it. I mean, it's like this. With the stuff they let out, this could be a cool concept, or it could just be some bullshit we forget about, a month from now. So, we'll see how it goes. So,
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's all I got. Got nothing else. Eli, you got anything else you want to?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. Didn't know if you want to ask me some more Batman questions or whatever. So, I don't know.
Um,
Yeah, like I said, you listened this long, and I think we got an epic one. Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Definitely check out our sister podcast, Geeks Ave. Definitely listen to This Geeks and Comics. Definitely listen to Comic Cast, because like I said, Comic Cast and Geeks Geek Comics going to review the same books we did, but like I said, they're going to have a different opinion than what we have because they always do that. That's just what they do. Get Valiant, listen to them. They don't review what we review. We don't review what they do. Don't plan on it. Don't read Valiant. So. Talking Balls.
Oh, yeah. Football.
Foosball. Whatever. Yeah. Instruments of Destruction, some good shit going on with the Transformer universe. I guess they still cranking out comics. I don't know. And I think that's everything we got. It may be another book, another podcast I'm forgetting about, but whatever. Listen to all those. That's awesome. Check out my NASCAR review online. Check out Eli's top 10 best Predator movies from Best
all
Worst.
the Predators.
Yeah, man, you didn't plug your shit, man.
I forgot about. Yeah, I ranked all the Predator movies, all 6 of them, including the new one. Including the new one. Yeah.
If you own the website looking at our podcast, our other articles are on there. We don't just podcast. We are writers also. So check out our shit. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we will talk to you guys same bully time, same bully channel. Cool. And let me give it a second and I'm gonna cut this off.
I'm at 1:30.